Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am literally so excited to be back in the YouTube grind. I've been super busy lately, but that is not an excuse. I need to get back to this because I love doing this so much and I have so much to talk about, a lot of book content to talk about. This video is inspired by Steph Ball herself. She is one of my favorite YouTubers ever. I literally adore her so much. I have been reading some good things this year, guys, and I need to discuss them. So yeah, I'm gonna go through all the books I've read this year, giving little ratings for you guys and just little reviews on how I thought about them. I've read about like 20 books this year, but that does include like novellas and like little short books as well with that. So I think this is my only reread of the year, but I read Icebreaker again because I read it last year and I hated it. I know a lot of people like this, but then there is a lot of mixed reviews, so I'm like, I'm gonna reread it now since I've had like a maturity level raised from last year and I still hate it. It's just, there's no plot. The main girl annoys me so much. It is just literally just smart, no plot, smart. If you liked it, that is amazing. I did not like it. I think I rated it like 2 stars. Okay, so I started reading the Shatter Me series. I've not yet finished it. I am up to Defy Me, and I have read all the novellas up to that point. I have very mixed feelings about this book. So the first book, Shatter Me, I absolutely loved. I think I gave it 4 stars, I think. Underrated opinion because I know everyone like disliked this the most in the series, but I personally loved it. I thought it was a great introduction into the storyline. We don't see much Aaron, which is like so sad because he's obviously like literally, if Aaron Warner wasn't him in this book, then I probably wouldn't even like the series. Like, let's be real. I do think it is a good storyline. There are some books I didn't like the second book, Unravel Me, I did not like. I think it was just Adam that really annoyed me. So I think I gave that 3.5 stars. I do think it is a good series, but like I don't think I've got attached to it like I have other series, which I'll get into soon. I am definitely gonna finish it because I do love Aaron and Juliet so much. Like Me is probably my favorite in the series so far, which I know is a popular one. It's just so iconic. We really see the girl boss energy coming out of Juliet. We see her obsessing over Aaron like every one of us is. It is just perfect. It is just so good, and Aaron Warner, I absolutely love you so much. I think the series so far for me is sitting at like 3.5, 4 stars sort of thing. Better than the movies. I absolutely adore this book with my entire heart. Like it has my heart. I am so scared for October when Nothing Like the Movies comes out. Some people have already read it and I'm like, what the heck? This book is what I would say perfection. 5 stars, probably even 6 stars, I've got to be honest. I love these characters so much, and the Taylor Swift references, the movie references, like this is for the girls. It's a great book to get out of a slump. It is just the perfect book, and I am going to reread this soon before the next book comes out because I love it so much. I did not get bored at all. You need to read this if you have not yet already. If you can't tell, I'm trying not to give any spoilers in this. We'll probably do like spoiler reviews for like other books I'm reading and stuff, but for now this is a no spoiler review video. Okay, and then I read Happily Never After by Lynn Painter. After I read Better Than the Movies, I'm like, oh my god, I need to try more Lynn Painter books, and I was really disappointed. It was just very predictable. I nearly DNF'd this book, honestly. I was bored. The characters, like, they just did nothing for me. I was not connected at all. So to go from Better Than the Movies to this was such a disappointment. If anyone did like this book, please let me know. Okay, now some Emily Henry books of the year. I read Happy Place. So I've read Beach Read, Happy Place, and Funny Story. They're the books I've read from Emily Henry. I don't know what it is. I think Emily's writing, I've just never been able to get into that much. With Beach Read and Happy Place, I'll get into Funny Story because that's a whole different story. I gave this, I think, 3.5 stars. I do think it's a good book. I do recommend it. Did I feel any attachment towards it? No. I love the message of this book. I really do, but it's just the way it was portrayed. Like, I got really bored sometimes and I felt no attachment, and I didn't really get excited about anything. Like, even in the ending when it's supposed to be a really cute scene, I'm just like, I'm happy to finish this book, and that's not what I want to feel like. Do you know what I mean? I do love the message though, and I do recommend it. I do think I'm one of the only people that did not like this book. However, Funny Story, oh my goodness, this is funny because, and I literally only read this book because it was part of my book club in Steph Ball's Patreon. I only read it because of that reason, so thank you, Steph, because I would have never picked this up. It was amazing. Their banter was amazing. I was giggling, I was kicking my feet. Okay, so the main guy, he's not that sort of guy in a book where you're like immediate like, oh my god, I'm in love with him already. He's not that sort of thing, and he was like, they're both like in depression, okay, because they're ex-partners and stuff are like together and it's like all bad and stuff. As the story goes along, I literally fell in love with Miles so much, and I think he's so sweet, so hilarious. Like I said, their banter is on another level. I literally, like, I was hooked this entire book. It was amazing. We absolutely hate Peter, by the way, the smallest man who ever lived. I ate every single second of this book up. It is a 5-star read. I love it so much. It is a reread. Honestly, it was so good. If you're like me and have never really liked Emily Henry's books, I still recommend reading this. Like, she proved me wrong with this, so thank you, Emily. I loved it so much. Okay, Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. This is beautiful. Oh my god, I love this book with my entire heart. This was literally the most beautiful love story, one of the most beautiful love stories out there. I was bawling my eyes out at the end of the book. I was full tears. Like, I knew going into it was going to be sad, but I did not expect that. It just literally broke my soul and put it back together at the same point. So this is a 5-star read for me again. Okay, so I've started reading the Off Campus series by Elle Kennedy. This is The Deal. So I think I gave this 4 stars. I loved this book. It was great. I didn't love it as much as I thought I would, considering I had seen so many good things about this book. Like, I thought I would literally like be so attached. I wasn't as attached to some people. There were some parts where I'm like, okay, but I did love the book. I still thought it was an amazing book, and I am, like, after reading like the end epilogue thing and stuff like that, I am super excited to read the second book. Really good, fun romance book. It does have some deep stuff in it though, to be honest with you. Okay, The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. Oh my god, I haven't been able to think about what I want to rate this book. I rated it 5 stars and then I changed my mind to 4 stars. Ashley Poston's writing is incredible. I'm really excited to read more of her books, but I will say there were some parts towards the end I got a little bit confused, and that is why I moved it from 5 stars to like 4.5, 4.7 stars, because I was just a little bit confused about some parts. This guy calls her Lemon because her name's Clementine. If you're thinking, oh my god, that is such a weird nickname, you need to read the book and then you'll fall in love with the nickname. Like, genuinely, it is the cutest thing ever when he calls her Lemon. Oh my goodness. Did a lot of annotating in this book. Like, there are so many things. There's just so many things that happen in this book that was so beautiful. There was a lot of quotes and stuff that I loved. It's just like, look at that. Like, I have got a few things going on in this book, and I loved it. I loved it so much. So I'm sticking with like 4.55 or something like that for this book. I read my first Elsie Silver book, Wild Love. I know I probably should have started with the Chestnut Spring series, but this is like a standalone. I know there's more books coming out, but it sort of was like a standalone, still part of the Chestnut Spring series. Like, it is literally this one big universe, which I think it is really beautiful. Okay, guys. Elsie Silver's writing, oh my god, I loved it. I just want to say, first of all, this book had all the tropes I don't like. Friends to lovers, it was like instant love. So many tropes I did not like, but I ate this book up. How does that work? How does that happen? I gave this 5 stars. I thought it was such a fun book. I loved it. I loved every scene. Honestly, it was such a cute romance book. I'm so excited to read the Chestnut Spring series now because this really got me into it. And I'm excited for Wild Eyes, I think it is, to come out. This is like single dad tropes, guys. Oh my goodness, I'm going to eat that second book up. It's gonna be great. Next up, Divine Rivals. Oh my goodness, I love this book so much. As you can tell, we have a lot of 5-star reads this year. It has been a great year of reading, honestly. I know there's a lot of mixed reviews on this. How some people thought it was cringy, how some people thought it was just too poetic. I personally loved it. There's poems, there's like a lot in this book, okay, that's like real, like, I don't know how to explain it, but like, it's a whole different sort of love. It's in the time of the war too. I know I don't normally like historical books like that. It is a great book. It is amazing. I have not yet read the second book, but I am definitely keen to. It was 5 stars for me. The last 2 books that I have physical copies of that I'm going to talk about right now. These are like my favorite books of the year. So I read the Powerless trilogy this year. I read Powerless in like January or something. 6-star read. This is one of my favorite books of all time. I will accept no criticism on this book. This is the perfect book. Kai, the main guy, he is literally one of my top book boyfriends of all time, and that is not being dramatic. This man, best enemies to lovers. Well, he's sort of like obsessed with her since the beginning, but it's still enemies to lovers. I literally love this book so much, and I'm going to reread this because we have Reckless that I just read, which we will get into that. But yes, this is 6 stars. You need to read this if you haven't. It is a perfect introduction to fantasy if you're not really into fantasy. I read Powerful, which is Adina's This was heartbreaking. It was very, very sad. It was really good too. I loved it. I rated it 4 stars. Adina, I love you. I love you so much. Then we have Reckless, which personally I'm still rating 6 stars, okay? I know there's mixed reviews on this and people are like, oh, the plot, there's not much plot. Who literally cares? Because we literally got the cutest scenes between Peyton and Kai. I did not care. I did not care about the plot. I was so attached and cared about these characters. I didn't care if I had to watch. I would literally watch 1,000 pages of them just rambling on. I think the plot was there because Peyton's learning about her past. She finds out a lot of information. They learn a lot more about each other. Like, I didn't think their banter and their like relationship could get better than this. It did. And this is proper enemies to lovers, guys. This is like them wanting to hate each other. They're supposed to hate each other, but they just can't. Okay, guys, these are 2 of my favorite books in the absolute world. This whole trilogy is pure perfection, okay? I cannot believe we're getting a 3rd book, Fearless, which is coming out next year. Oh my god, I can't even explain to you how much I love these books so much. I can't even talk about it without literally getting emotional. It's like how this book ends. All I can say without spoiling it is, kids, I've never liked you and I was right about it. I was right for not liking you. Next we have literally, my heart has literally been destroyed by those books and also destroyed by this series. Okay, so I am up to Saving 6. I am nearly done Saving 6, but I've read Binding 13 and Keeping 13, which is Johnny and Shannon's books. There's no words to explain the feeling I got when reading this. I do want to say though, going into this book, I did not expect it to be that intense and have such a trigger warning sort of backstory. It was very emotional, very much, but this book, guys, and Keeping 13, both books were perfection. Johnny Kavanagh, no one, and I mean no one will ever be you. Like, you are literally the standard. Like, what the heck? I'm like, actually, like, what the heck? Shannon, she is such a cutie. She has went through so much and it's a very intense book. I know the width of it looks hard and you're like, oh my god, I'm so scared to, like, that just looks like there's too much. Trust me, you will wish for more pages. This isn't enough pages. This 800 and something pages is not enough. I adore this couple so much. I will say where I'm up to in Saving 6. I definitely am not connecting to Joey and Eva as much as I did Johnny and Shannon. I love them so much and I'm definitely going to love this book so much. Like, this is the sort of series that I just know that no matter how the book is, I'm still going to love it so much because these characters have put a special place in my heart. I love Joey, but my love for Joey is so different to what it is for Johnny. Like, Johnny I'm in love with. He is like, he's my book boyfriend. But Joey, he's like, I love him, but I'm not in love with him because my love for him is mainly how bad I feel for him because this man has went through it. So my love for him is mainly how bad I feel for him, but I'm not like in love with him like I am Johnny. Like, Johnny will always be my man. And it's as simple as that. And this is 6 stars. Keeping 13 is 6 stars. I would say Saving 6 is probably sitting at the 5 stars mark or 4 stars. I'm not sure. I don't want to talk too much about what this book is. I just dropped that book on my laptop. Oh my Jesus. Okay, I can't talk much about this book because I'll probably start crying. So all I can say is if you're thinking about reading it, don't think anymore and just buy the damn book and read it, okay? It is amazing and you'll just have to get the whole series. Like, you'll just end up having to get the whole series. That is literally all the books I have read this year, guys. I honestly, this year of reading, this is my first proper year of being a full reader. So I would say it's been a good year for me because I have got into some goodies and I know I still have so many more to come. I'm really obsessed with reading, guys. It is just my whole life has been put together because of reading and I love doing these videos. I have a lot more videos planned. You guys let me know if you've read any of these books that I've read, what you thought about them. I would love to hear your thoughts, talk about it in the comments, and any books you do recommend for me because I'm always out for more recommendations, okay? My Goodreads TBR just grows every single day. I swear I add a new book in there like every single day and that is not being dramatic. That is literally it for this video. I would definitely say that my favorite books of the year have been the Powerless trilogy and The Boys of Tommen, 100%. Thank you so much for watching this video if you've made it through the whole thing, and yeah, I will see you next video, which will probably be another book video.